Ah, shit. They did it again. They didn't just use me and my likeness for GTA 6. No. In fact, Rockstar Games, the company obsessed with parallel reality, has now officially taken my family and used them for all the side characters in the game. Today's video is going to be fucking crazy, so strap in. Okay, to start off, I'm going to show you guys some definitive editions of myself as Jason. These pictures are insane. I worked really hard on these pictures. It's not because I needed to look more like Jason, it's only because getting the correct angles is very hard to mimic, so it just shows how talented Rockstar Games is. To start off, I want to show you guys an old leak of Jason. These leaks are obviously from 2022, but supposedly their source is from 2020. Jason in these shots have the same lip slant that I do. Right here. I have stitches on the inside of my lip right here. This obviously happened when I was around 17 years old. The person who did this, though, was somebody that you guys might even know, Alia Boulaban. He is the TikTok killer. He murdered his wife and her lover in their apartment, I think back in like 2022. Anyways, when I was 17, we lived in the same neighborhood. He wasn't necessarily a good guy, we weren't necessarily friends. There was an altercation that happened and his dad stepped in front of us, arguing. He swung around his pops and he popped me in the lip. He got me good. I had to get stitches and it gave me this fucking slanted lip. Jason has the same slanted lip from the leaks. If you look at Jason in some of these new shots, you can't really see it. But this does confirm that the base source of this character is me. So yes, the real life Jason Duval did get sucker punched by the TikTok killer when he was 17 years old. This is insane. I know to you guys, you probably think I'm full of shit, but I'm not full of shit. The craziest part about all this is I've never ever told a lie. Everything I've ever shown you guys, anything that I've ever said, is 110% true. Now, whether or not it is real when it comes to how Rockstar has done things, I don't fucking know. We have to wait until the game comes out and figure out who these actors are. But I do know that the actor is Dylan Rourke for myself. Myself in particular. And I'm not going to sit here and act like that there's no similarities between me and Dylan. There's definitely similarities. But he doesn't have my same skin color, he doesn't have my same hair color, and he doesn't have my scars. So it throws that argument out the window. Now possibly the craziest piece of evidence today that I'm going to show you guys is actually my scar on my arm right here. I'm going to get in closer so that way you guys can see this. Scar on my arm. This is actually a burn that I did on myself with my best friend Rory. I'm not going to disclose why or how or what happened with him, but I'm just going to say that he has passed away. He was my best friend and I loved him to death. Regardless, I did not notice the fact that this was on Jason's arm at first. But then I started watching trailer 2. I saw something pop up and I was like, what the fuck? So I paused it, I went in closer, and of course, my scar was on his arm. So then I did some digging. I checked out a couple screenshots, and sure enough, 2 more screenshots shows the scar on Jason's arm. But what's weird about this scar is that you cannot see in all the pictures of Jason, but similar to myself, just like me, it's not always visible. It is not a scar that's always visible. I've had this scar on myself for almost 15 years now, it seems like. It's been there for a very long time. And the fact that it's not as raised as it used to be, like when I first had the burn, it did not heal correctly. Either way, today, it's not so bad. Now the same thing for all the other scars on my face. They have healed tremendously since then. So they're not easy to pick off today, but I can still show you guys them, and I have. Now, I'm just going to throw up a couple pictures of myself. These are some insane comparisons of me and Jason. I posted all these on my X account. By the way, if you guys ever want to get any of these things early, just go ahead and subscribe to my X or my Instagram. I love posting these things early on there. For anybody who wants more info or anything that won't potentially be in a video, I always put it on my X account. So just go ahead and subscribe to that, and you guys will get the shit early. Now, one last time for the people who need to hear this. I am not the actor, guys. I am just the model for this character. I am who they base this character off of. They base this character off of my mugshot from 2014. And then I'm guessing that they crept on me and they kept up to date on my different looks and my family and all these different details in my life, and probably even used my transcripts from my charges to have some sort of lore for this character. I'm not going to sit here and say that everything about this character and everything about this game is based off my life. That is impossible to say, and it's probably not true. But what I will say is that they have 100% used my likeness because of certain aspects of this game's story and its lore. And they have used my likeness and my model to create Jason, to pull off this character. That's what they have done. Another thing that I wanted to talk about personally is my past. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I don't want to spoil anything potentially for you guys, but I will leave you guys with a phrase. Operation Dragonslayer. That was a sting that I was caught up in back in 2014. This is something that is pivotal to the story of GTA 6, I think. These pills right here is what you would call Roxy's on the street. They are very expensive and they are technically painkillers. They are a drug that people get highly addicted to and people make a lot of money off them. For some reason, in Port Gellhorn, they are selling Roxy's in this game. That is insane. And real fast, here's a picture of myself when I was very, very young. I was probably like, I don't know, like 22 to 24 in this picture. I'm with my dog when she was a puppy. She's still very young. I was very young. And this is just to show you guys that I've been blonde majority of my life. The fact that Jason has a shaved head early in the game, probably around chapters 1 and 2, and the fact that later on in the game that he is blonde for a majority of it, shows that the game's going to have a lot of customization, yes, but it also shows that they have taken pieces of me and put it inside the game for this character. Now, I wanted to show you guys two pictures today when Jason is picking up Lucia from the prison. Jason's wearing the Leonida Marine Center shirt in this shot. When he's turning around, I get one comparison, and I wanted to show you guys this because it is very, very similar to my face. It is almost identical. This shot 100% confirms that Jason is most likely me. And then we have the shot where he's standing across Lucia while she's coming out after he's fully turned around. It shows Jason's face. It's very, very soft. He looks like he's all smiley. He's happy. He looks he looks cute, okay? Anyways, this guy looks so close to me in the shot, even with my beard and my long hair. You can see that is literally me. Moving on. Now, I have a shot of Jason while he's in the car in Vice City. This picture is in trailer 2. It shows off Jason's side profile compared to mine. This is wild, guys, how similar this is. Now, I don't get the angles down 100% every single time. It is very difficult to get it one-to-one, guys. But just hear me out. Every single time I've done the side profile shot, it has literally been me. This one in particular is insane, because I do have a patchy beard, and somehow Rockstar Games has captured this. We're going to keep this short and sweet. We're going to quickly go down the list of my family members who ended up in GTA 6. We're going to show you guys my dad, Brian Heder. This shot right here is 100% mimicked from a shot from 2014. Rockstar Games has once again successfully mimicked someone in my family. Another thing that's interesting about Brian Heder and Jason's characters, and what makes them so unique, is the fact that Rockstar Games states, that Jason lives at one of Brian's properties rent-free. When I got out of being incarcerated, I did live at one of my dad's properties rent-free. That's something that I did for multiple years until I got off my feet. My dad's the best. He's a really fucking good dude, and he never left me hanging. Next up, we have Gloria, my girlfriend who I've talked about multiple times on this channel. She was the base inspiration of Lucia. There is no doubt in my mind. This character design from the leaks is 100% Gloria. Originally, I thought that they reverted her character back to the actress, but then I did some further digging like I always do, and I realized that her face model is actually identical to Lucia's. It's nearly identical. The only difference is that she's more tan. But we all know that the game's gonna have mechanics. We're gonna tan in the game, we're gonna gain weight, we're gonna lose weight. So that literally explains it. Also, when you take into consideration that her name is literally on half the license plates in the game, that's 50-50. So we have Gloriana for Georgia and Leonida for Florida. Those are the two license plates that we're gonna find in the game. No matter what, we are seeing those. Makes sense. Next up, we have my brother Lonnie for Cal Hampton in GTA 6. Personality and the body shape is 100% my brother Lonnie. 100%. Now, we have my brother Rami. This character, although he's Hispanic and his name is Raul, it is still a 4-letter R name, and it is identical to what he looks like in real life. The only difference is that he's more Hispanic in the game. I think we know why they did that. And last but not least, my brother-in-law, who is literally the same exact person in the game that he is to me in real life. He is Lucia's brother in the game, aka Jason's brother-in-law. Why is it that every single one matches somebody in my real life close to me? I typically don't do things like this, but the reason why Jason 4 took me so long to put out was because my mom passed away. She is the reason for my ties to Florida and all of my family's ties to Florida. My dad has a house in Florida, and I visit there all the time because of my mom. That's where she grew up. She grew up in Tampa in particular. But why I'm telling you guys this is because my mom is the ties that I have to Florida. And this woman, Brian Heder's wife, is identical to my mom. My mom's favorite song was The Rose, and this character has a rose tattoo on her arm. These are not coincidences, guys. It just can't be. Alright, I have one more big thing to show you guys today. When I talk about all these things like my scars, my mole, my hair flip, all these things that me and Jason share with each other, there's one giant thing that I missed the first 3 times when I was making this Jason content. And that's my nose indentation on the right side of my nose from when I broke it. I'm going to put up 2 shots, one of me and one of Jason. This is the same exact nose indentation. Crazy. Also, real quick, here's the real life Boobie Ike and Dre'Quan Priest. These 2 are my friends that I grew up with in my neighborhood. We've lived in the same neighborhood pretty much our entire lives, and it's them. Now, whatever this means for people who has known me for the past 10 years, I don't know, but you might be in the game as well. Okay, now that we've gotten to the end of part 4, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, things keep on popping up. Wild shit keeps on popping up, and I keep finding new things every single day. And if I'm not personally finding them, then you guys have done it for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I'm not gonna put a bow on this series, ever. I'm gonna keep doing it. In fact, I'm planning something insane for you guys next. I'm going to try to take pictures of Jason and somehow 3D render it. I want to see if Jason's face is capable of opening my iPhone. That would be fucking crazy. So we're going to go ahead and do it. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take time. But I will bring this video to you guys eventually. And I just wanted to say real quick, thank you to everybody who's shared this content, anybody who has been on my side. You guys have literally made me international because of this. I have made it into the India Times, and I've also made it on MSN because of this. There are articles I've printed about me, and they have plugged my YouTube and my Twitter because of it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for sharing my story. This story is incredible, and I think Rockstar Games knew exactly what they were doing. They're the best of the best. There is no company that's better than them, and to sit here and try to discredit me means that you are trying to simultaneously discredit Rockstar Games and what they're capable of. They are achieving the impossible with this release. GTA 6 has taken them 13 years to build, and it's not because they're trying to make crazy things for the game. Of course they're doing that. This is Rockstar Games. There are going to be so much things to do in the game. But they are paralleling reality like it's never been done before in any game before. And it's going to be fucking awesome. That's about all I have for you guys today. I do have more content coming down the chamber. I have a lot of shit coming for GTA 6. I have things coming for other games. And I have a massive documentary that I'm making called the GTA 6 Whistleblower, the definitive edition. It's going to be fucking sick. And I'm going to compile everything that we have, and we're going to put it into one giant documentary for you guys. It's going to be so fucking good, dude. I've been working on this shit for like so long. So I really hope you guys are excited for that. I also just want to tell you guys that you don't have to be an asshole when you watch this content. If you watch this and it makes you feel some type of way, ask yourself why. Why are you upset about this? If anything, Rockstar Games has cooked to an insane degree to pull this off. You guys don't understand the type of research that these developers have done for your guys' entertainment. You guys don't understand the lengths, the mental strain that I have gone through for your guys' entertainment. So just be kind to people, guys. Have fun with the content. It's not that serious. I'm not mad about it, so you shouldn't be either. I am the real life Jason Duval, aka the GTA 6 Whistleblower, aka Drewspacely. Peace.